After enjoying his time in the spotlight, he tells us about his creative journey, which is a lesson for the youths on focus and perseverance.
I had to drop out of school, first of all, because we didn't have we didn't have finances at home. It was very hard for me to go to school and come back and at the same time have textbooks and all those kinds of things. So eventually I had to drop out, obviously, because the national funding scheme didn't pay out.
May I please have this gourmet pizza?
Hey, my sister,
Ma'am, it's not gourmet, it's gourmet.
Does it taste different when I pronounce it right?
No, it doesn't.
Then futek.
Mpet, please tell your bodyguard to calm down. This is not WWE SmackDown.
It's basically a show about a guy from Limpopo who from a young age was isolated from the world. So he's got to go into the world to find his niche and all those things. So obviously he's a person who's been isolated from a young age. So he's going to find it a bit hard to communicate with people out there. So he's that type of a person. So the show is basically surrounding him, discussing relevant issues in South Africa, corruption, scams, you know, everything that in history, urban legends, everything.
Then we have a moment with Tanzanian music conductor Hakima Raymond, who talks about how his love for classical music began, a hot and steamy romance that made him search for answers he found online.
It started by I visited a friend and he had a keyboard and I tried to play some few notes. You know, you go to someone's house and he has a keyboard and you try to play like, and then I was like, a very big passion came into me about it. And then I followed it up, asked my parents to buy me a small keyboard, which they did. And then I started practicing. By then I did not come into classical music. I was just doing normal African songs, you know. And then with time, I got exposed to classical music via a book, and then from there it's just the fire went on. By looking to other people playing via YouTube and via the internet, you kind of, oh, that's what they're doing, you know, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Next week on At House, we have an exclusive interview with this group from Mozambique, Tofo Tofo, which exudes passion and energy. They tell us about the experience meeting internationally acclaimed singer Beyonce. And for them, it's more than a dance, it's also a movement.
There's nothing that could stop them from dancing. And I love to surround myself with that type of energy.
So you won't want to miss next week's edition of At House.
Born in November 1925, Elijah Kolawole Ogunmola, popularly called Kola Ogunmola, is from Ekiti State, southwest Nigeria. A man of many parts, dramatist, actor, mime director, and playwright. Before his career as a professional theatre practitioner, he was a schoolmaster in Ado-Ekiti at Emmanuel School, creating plays performed by children inside and outside the school. He formed his drama troupe, Ogumola's theatre party around some of the pupils and his fellow teachers, which was modeled after Ogunde's theatre party and some of his early operas like Reign of the Mighty. One of his early plays revealed a Christian influence. He developed Yoruba culture, especially folk opera, which is a fusion of Christian themes with traditional Yoruba folklore, music and dancing in urban culture into a serious theatre through his work with his Ogumola Travelling Theatre. In 1962, the University of Ibadan established a drama school and Mr. Ogumola was offered a grant to become a resident artist. The Artist in Residence program was sponsored by the Rockefeller Foundation and it provided the funds to buy equipment that soon allowed him to go fully professional. He produced Ifeowo in 1965, a satire on marriage and wealth, and then the dramatic version of Tutuola's The Pine Wine Drinker. He is regarded as one of the most brilliant actors in Africa in the 1950s and the 60s. He died in 1973.
You can enjoy Art House on any of these platforms.
And with those interesting stories you've heard today, I hope you have been motivated enough to not only dream it, but begin to walk that talk. And that's it on today's edition of the program. Remember, you can find us online. Yes, we are online. All of our platforms. We are always anxious to hear from you. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Have a lovely day.